Hi, welcome to another video with me, Heather. We're going to be doing just a short 15-minute video to help calm down any anxiety you might be feeling. Usually around the holidays, I feel a whole lot more anxiety, and calming down can be difficult without a dedicated practice to doing it. A 15-minute break in your day can bring you a lot of peace if you use it wisely. So come along with me and we'll see if we can calm some anxiety down. So supplies you may want to have are your yoga mat, just to make it a little more comfortable to be on the floor. You can also use a blanket on the floor if that's more comfortable. A couple of bolsters are handy. If you don't have these bolsters that are specific for yoga, you can use Mexican blankets rolled up or folded up, or just regular blankets and pillows folded up and rolled up into vaguely this sort of shape. So about 2 or so feet wide, about the same little nice width. It's pretty firm. So see if you can build something like that really quickly. We'll be using it in a moment. First, we're going to do a calming breath called box breath. Before we begin that, you want to find out what kind of breath you are using right now. So just come to a comfortable seat. You can sit with your back against the wall. You can sit in easy pose. You can kneel. I'm currently kneeling, just with my knees bent, my bottom on my heels. It's a comfortable position for me. It's also a nice little hip opener and ankle opener, but make sure you are comfortable in whatever seat you choose. You can also sit with your legs out in a wide V. Once you come to your comfortable position, you can take your hands. If you turn them up, you'll be in a more receptive posture. I like to put the palms of my hands down on my legs or down on the floor, just because that helps me to feel more grounded, which is more calming. Roll your shoulders back and down and take a moment to tune into your breath. Sometimes it helps to bring your hands to your upper and lower abdomen or to your chest and lower lungs to find out where your breath is. I don't really care for having my hand on my breasts. That breast tissue does not really like being mushed down like this. So I tend to place my hands on my upper and lower abdomen underneath the breast line. It allows me to feel my breath just as well as if I had my hand up here. You might notice, if you're anxious, that your inhales are a little bit longer than your exhales. I'm nervous right now making this video, so my inhales are definitely longer than my exhales. So we're going to use the breath to bring some calm to our center. We're going to use a breath called box breath. So it's called a box because you sort of draw a box metaphorically. So the top of the box, you inhale for a count of 4 or 5. You gently suspend the breath. That's the next side of the box. You exhale for 4 to 5, and then you gently suspend your breath again before inhaling for 4 to 5. So you draw a box with your breath effectively. It's very calming, and if at any time you feel like it's going too fast or too slow for your breath, please feel free to do a count of 3 or a count of 5 instead. This is your practice. It should be something that you enjoy and give you what you need. So, when you are ready, come back to your breath. And with your next exhale, blow it all out. We'll all blow it out together. And begin box breath. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Suspend, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Suspend, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Suspend, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Suspend. 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue with your box breath. Inhale. When you suspend the breath, it's not like holding it. It's just a gentle restraining of the breath. So if there's any effort or you feel like you cannot breathe, you need to do it with a little less effort. You're just holding your breath at about 30 or 40% effort. Should be on your next suspension at this point. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Suspend. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Suspend. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Let go of box breath. Take a moment and notice how you feel. You may notice some differences in how you feel, or you might feel the same as you did before. Whatever is there is whatever is there. Simply observe and make note. We're going to do a very simple yin practice, followed by another seated meditation just to come back to the center before you go back out into the world. So this first posture is very grounding. It is a nice straddle position. Yin yoga, you hold the positions for 3 to 5 minutes so that you can really be in your body and focus on your breath and on the flow of prana or chi energy in your body. So this is where the bolsters are going to be helpful. So I'm going to use a bolster in front of me. I'm actually going to use both bolsters in front of me. If you have tight hips or if the backs of your legs, your hamstrings are tight, you may want a bolster or a rolled up blanket or beach towel underneath your hips. So I'll just demonstrate what that looks like and then I'll remove it because I don't really need it. It does not help me at all. And in fact, it kind of makes it a little painful for me. So if you're using a bolster or a beach towel, you want to make sure that just your sitting bones are on it. The rest of your hips are allowed to tip forward to just give room to your hips to move. And then you open your legs out in a wide V. This is where you use the bolsters. You're going to exhale and hinge forward, folding out over your bolsters. I'm going to remove my bolster from underneath me and lay it out like so. I'm going to inhale and exhale. I'm going to hinge at my hips and just gently fold forward. Your hands can come down next to the bolsters. You can rest them on top of the bolster. You just want to make sure that you are comfortable wherever you are. Keep a slight flex to your toes so you're not hyperextending your knees at all. And make sure that you're not extending your legs too widely. We are going to be here for a while, so you will have some sensation just from being in the posture for quite a few minutes. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward. Let your belly come down, let your chest come down, and let your head come down. And just rest. Take a moment. Notice if there are any wiggles you need to make. Do you need to bring your legs in closer? Do you need to take them out farther? Do you need to wiggle your feet a little bit before flexing them again? Just check in. If your knees are not comfortable here, you can always take rolled up washcloths and put them right underneath your knees to keep a nice bend there so that you're not hurting yourself and makes it a little bit easier to do than flexing your feet this whole time. Now that you're here, really allow yourself to melt into the bolsters or blankets beneath you. Allow everything to just be heavy and come back to noticing your breath. We'll be here for about 3 more minutes, so make sure you feel comfortable. Continue melting into the blankets and pillows, and then bring your awareness to the parts of your body making contact with the floor and the mat beneath you. You might notice your heels, the muscles of your calves, the backs of your thighs, your sitting bones, all resting on the floor. With each exhale, allow these points to melt a little further into the floor. And as you inhale, feel the floor rise up to support you. With each exhale, you melt. With each inhale, you feel support. Notice which parts of your body are making contact with the pillows and the blankets and the bolsters. You may notice your hands on the floor, on the bolsters, your forearms, your chest, your abdomen, your forehead. With each exhale, melt into the support beneath you. With each inhale, feel it rise up, holding you in space. If you find your mind wandering, just very gently bring it back, this feeling of melting as you exhale and feeling supported as you inhale. Two or three more breaths here. And then when you're ready, you can gently press into your hands, walking them in toward your body. Move any bolsters or blankets that might be in your way. Bring your hands underneath the bend of your knees. Draw your legs together. Bring the soles of your feet down to the mat. Take your hands back behind you and gently rock your knees side to side for a windshield wiper pose. You can do this for a little while, just sort of massaging out any tension that may have resulted from staying in that pose for a while. The next pose we're going to do is a modified child's pose. So you are going to be here for a while, so you will want the bolsters and blankets again. And you may want a blanket or a sweatshirt to keep yourself warm. It is easy to get cold in this practice because you are staying still. So make sure you have the temperature right and you're feeling comfortable temperature-wise so you can really focus in on your internal world. To come to child's pose, first I like to get my bolsters ready. So I'm going to have my bolsters stacked and ready for me to use. You can use your blankets. We're going to do a wide-kneed child's pose just because it feels a lot more restful. Your chest can come down a little bit further. And if you don't have any like blankets or pillows that you're going to use, you might at least want to have a block or a rolled up towel to rest your forehead on if your forehead does not come all the way down to the ground. For some people it doesn't, and it never will, and that's all right. You just want to make sure you're supporting yourself. So To come to this child's pose, you're going to come up on your knees, bring your toes together, open your knees out wide. You might need to adjust your clothes, I always do. And then take your bottom back towards your heels. Draw the bolsters in so they're close enough to you that you can easily rest yourself on them. So 2 bolsters is a lot for me, so I'm going to reduce this and take it down to just 1 bolster and maybe a block for my forehead. We'll see once I get down there. But you do want to make sure that you feel comfortable wherever you are. So the bolster or blankets are in between my knees. My knees are in a nice wide position. My toes are together. And again, if you have any tightness in your ankles, you may want to put rolled up washcloths underneath your ankles. And then just come down into your child's pose. Let your chest and forehead rest. And just notice where your breath goes here. So you're going to notice that the breath is different in child's pose because you are laying down on your abdomen. See if you can notice the breath that you create in your back body as you breathe in child's pose. With each inhale, feel your ribs flare up and out toward the ceiling. As you exhale, feel them come back into your body, protecting your lungs. Continue inhaling and exhaling, allowing yourself to melt a little bit more. We'll be here for 1 more minute, just enjoying child's pose, deepening, releasing. Notice whether the character of your thoughts has changed. Being down in child's pose sometimes does change what you're thinking about, where your feelings go. Be aware of any changes. It's okay if there aren't any. You're just here to observe. About 3 to 5 more breaths here, just releasing a little bit more deeply into your child's pose. When you feel complete to come out of it, just press into your hands, walk your hands in toward you. Gently move anything that might be in your way, any blankets or pillows, blocks. Take your bottom to one side, swing your knees around, bring your hands back behind you, bend your knees, place your feet on the ground, and gently rock your knees side to side, coming back to that windshield wiper to let go of child's pose. And then find a comfortable seat. That could be an easy seated pose. It could be with the soles of your feet together, your knees opened out for a bound angle. This one is very grounding. You can really feel your sitting bones making contact with the earth. Your legs are releasing completely to the floor. So this is a good one to help you feel grounded. We're just going to take some closing breaths together, coming back to ourselves, getting ready to embrace the world as we end our practice. Inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. Inhale deeply and sigh it out. Inhale and exhale. You can leave your hands where they are in contact with your legs or the mat. You can bring them to your heart. Send yourself some gratitude for taking the time to practice, to focus on your breath. And if you feel comfortable, you can bow with me to honor those that came before us to bring us this practice. And I thank you for sharing your time and your practice with me. I hope you have a wonderful day and that anything that's bringing you anxiety just floats away on the breeze. Thank you.